Hi, yeah, these next chords are a little tricky, not overly, but just, you know, a little more tricky than some of the other chords, and they're unusual, and they're just to give you a little more scope, a little more interest, a little more colour, just something a little extra to sort of play around with. We're just going to go through the chords in this video, and then we'll go through where they might be applied in a progression in the video after. Alright, so it's just something to have a practice with. It's good practice for, you know, starting to play harder chords, and to hopefully take your blues guitar playing in a little slightly different direction. Some of them are a bit funky, so they're quite nice. I hope they can give you some enjoyment. Anyway, we're going to get on with those now. Okay, so the first one is, where are we? We're here, aren't we? Yeah, that's it. There we are. It's an E. So these first three chords basically are beginning chords, depending on where you're starting in the progression. So everything's relative. You know, different chords have different sounds depending on what they're played against. It's the same with notes. Played against something else, it can mean something else. So it's all relative to what's being played. So, you know, so this is a... So you could effectively go from there to there. So it's, in a way, it's this chord could replace this chord, couldn't it? That's E dominant 7. So is this. But you're only playing these notes. Okay, second chord in that top chart there. Another E7. It's, yeah, there we go. And that could be played okay, so it's quite an easy chord really, this one. It's an open C, simple basic, one of the first chords, open C chord. Then you just put that there, that little finger, and you just slide that whole pattern up wherever you want to put it. Anyway, so there we go. E7. Next one. This is quite nice. This is like a little funky thing going on here. Getting a bit carried away there. So yeah, we're just playing this one here. On the chart it's actually played in this position. What I'm trying to say is you can play it anywhere. You can all chords, you can play all chords anywhere. So we're only playing those bottom 4 notes, or should I say top 4 notes. We're not playing these, they're not part of the chord, so you don't play them. Don't fit. You can hear it, can't you? So it's just these. So it's the, that's the E. You can hear it, can't you? It's all E. This is E. And that's the name of that chord. So that root note is E. And that, sorry, that chord is E. because that's the root note. So you play that anywhere you like, can't you? So that becomes D, doesn't it? So where are we? Yep, well, we've done this, haven't we, G? So we know this one. C7, we know, because I just played this, didn't I? So now on C7, which is the same as the second chord in this chart, which is the E7, which is, as I said, you can just slide it up and down. So that's C7, and then slide it up 2 and to D7. Same chord, same shape, you don't do anything, just slide it. Remember what I said, simple C shape, little finger, that's C7, that's a 7. Bring it up, now it becomes D7. Remember where the root notes are, look, there's C, there's D. So C, that's got to be D7. So that's E7. That's G7. Sorry, F sharp, G flat 7. Yeah, there we go. So there we go. B flat dominant 7. So all these shapes are all the same. They're just played in different places that gives them a different name. Okay, so. Okay, so this is E flat dominant 7, this is the 7th, 8th picture on that diagram, 8th diagram on that chart, should I say. This one here, E flat dominant 7, very funky. Then if you move it up, 2, it's F dominant 7. Okay. Now we're going to go on to so putting some of those together now in the you know, in a chord progression. See if we can make them sound a little interesting. So when we come down to here, we don't really need to do that, it's just to give you a few variations of different places to play chords. So you know, we're starting here. Then I go right down here, don't I? Well, actually it's just a half beat on there, is it? Before we come back up here for the 7, the next chord up. You can go straight there, really. You can just sort of do this sort of thing. Speed it up a little bit. So basically, you know, you got this chord here, E flat, D sharp. The second chord is the same as this, isn't it? So if you're playing normal standard chomp, 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 chomping, then you go there, don't we? Well, that second chord, just substitute this. Open 7. So we're here, one chord, and we substitute the normal sort of the 7 chord, the bar, we substitute with this. Bit of a jazzy bluesy sort of thing going on. And we can just stay there and go straight back here, or we can go so we can move around to give it a little bit of a different feel, can't we, you know? The same when we go on to the second chord. So we can substitute, we can have that chord, we can have that chord, or we can have this chord. Sorry. So we can have any one of those 3 chords there. So you can go yeah, it gives it a kind of a nice, as I said in the text, a nice sort of cadence. So, you know, that second chord, here's your first chord. The 4 chord, which is the second chord in the progression, there. So you can just move it around, play around with it. You can stay as long on one, whatever, however it feels. You can. So, you know, just mess about with it really, make your own thing up. It's just, you know, a few different ways of playing the same thing, and if you want a bit of a funky feel, speed it up. And for those of you that are just learning this sort of stuff, I'm damping these strings, you know, for beginners here obviously. So what I'm doing is, instead of just sort of strumming, leaving it all ringing, just sort of let your hand rest. It's actually resting on the strings, and just sort of lifting it off a little bit here and there. So you go. Practice. And also what I'm doing here is I'm squeezing and I'm releasing. So if I just rest my hands on there, can you see that? If I just rest my hands on there, it's just sort of, nothing happens. But if I squeeze, then rest, release, squeeze, release, squeeze. So it's amazing what you can get out of just one chord, isn't it, really? So anyway, there you go. There's a few chords there for blues chord progression. Bit late coming back with that. Sorry about that if you've been waiting for it, any of you. I hope I did an okay job. Not fantastic, but for those of you that are budding and going to be great guitarists, it certainly gives you something else to mess around with, doesn't it? You know. So see you in the next lesson, and good luck. Keep practicing. Thanks a lot for watching.